Hello and welcome to your latest Maths Wizard video. Today we're going to be looking at percentages in relation to the calculator methods. So looking at some of those percentages that are more likely to appear on those calculator papers. So that's kind of the main focus of today, the main skill we're going to look at. The first question then here is we've got 11% of 460. Now the temptation can be on questions like this, and there's nothing mathematically wrong with doing it this way. You can break it down into 10% and 1%. Now a lot of people do that, which is fine, but I'm going to show you some methods where perhaps might be a little bit better to use on your calculator. So use your calculator to your advantage. So method 1. Now this is my favourite method because it can be adapted quite easily for some of the harder percentages topics like reverse percentages, for example. So my method would be to do this: 460 times 0.11. So that with this particular method, you are essentially using your multipliers here. You're using your decimal equivalent of the percentage. So if you divide any percentage by 100, you will get that decimal equivalent, which in this case is 0.11. So if you multiply any number by 0.11, that will tell you 11% of it. This is my personal favorite because it's so easily adaptable for some of the harder stuff. But there are a lot of people who do use this method here. So you can also do 460 divided by 100, that will tell you 1%, and then you can times by 11, and that will get you to your 11% as well. So either one of those two is fine. You can, like I said, break it down into 10% and 1% if you want to as well. But sometimes with the breaking down methods on the harder percentages, people do often make mistakes on those. Okay, if we look at another example then, well, we've got 74% here, which is 0.74 as a decimal. So we can do 820 times 0.74. That's one way of doing this. And that will give you 8 for this one. Okay, your other method, you can do 820 divided by 100 to get 1%, and then you can times by 74. And that will also give you 606.8. Okay, we'll have a look at one more example then, and then I'll give you some questions to practice with. So this time we're doing 82% of 735. So we can do 735 times 0.82. That will get us to the answer, which is 602.7. Or we can do 735 divided by 100 to get 1% times 82. And that will give us our 82%. Okay, let's have a little practice of these then. So I'm going to give you 5 to have a look at now. So here are your 5 questions. So pause your video, have a go, and then we'll take a look at the answers. Okay, let's have a look at the answers to these then. So I just thought I'd put a slightly more challenging question on the bottom here. So if you divide this percentage by 100, that will give you 0.173. So that will be your multiplier for this one if you do use that multiplier method. Or, so you can times by 0.173, or you can divide by 100 times by 17.3. So don't be afraid of these slightly more complicated percentages. You can still apply the same methods with them. Okay, thanks very much for listening. I will be doing quite a lot of videos on percentages because it is a big topic area. So I'll be looking at some of the more challenging content as well, and I'll be looking at topics like percentage change and simple interest. So do hit subscribe because those videos will be appearing shortly. Thank you very much for listening. Bye bye.